Okay, I have a question about Mondo. The guy's still
One,
a kid. How old is he? He is
22.
22 years
Not a
old.
kid.
Yeah, kid. I mean, maybe he's not a kid. Yeah, he's not a kid. I take that back, Mondo. I apologize. You're a man.
Got to pay
Uh,
extra to rent a car though in the U.S. if you're under
yes. Yeah, pay
25, I
extra to rent a
think.
car.
So
Can't run for president yet for another 15 years or so. So you still got time.
no, yeah.
Anyway, um,
President of Sweden, maybe.
should we be concerned that Mondo might get bored and retire early?
I'm looking up how old you have to be the president of Sweden. Oh, 40? Just thinking of other careers he can go into.
18 years from now. I'm going to ask the question again. He is so good. He is so much better. It's like, where's the joy now? He's broken the world record. He's experienced that feeling. What's the difference between vaulting 622 and 621? It's like, whatever. It's difference is centimeters.
Yeah.
He's already like accomplished like round number barriers, right? Is he really going to be like, I can't believe I vaulted 630? I think, or 625. I
Well,
feel like that's just going to be kind of like the same as any other world record. There's no one pushing him. Is there a situation where he'll, pull a Megatron or Barry Sanders and just be like, I'm out and retire way before he actually needs to retire?
this is where I feel a bit of empathy for him because if he was in another event that had a crossover, at least on non-championships years, he could do something else. And
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to run the flat 400 or I'm going to do the triple jump now that I'm doing the long jump. It's tough for him to cross over. So I feel and him and Sydney are similar, like age wise too, right? They kind
Yeah.
of, in terms of the label prodigy was slapped on to both of them pretty early on. Mondo started vaulting so early that obviously he got to that. He's in a level of his own right now, but he entered the elite level much earlier than most people did. So if you
Yeah.
figure you have, X amount of years at your prime, I think his clock started sooner. But the impression I get from him is he wants all of the marks and he wants to put the world, he seems incredibly competitive and he wants to put that world record completely at a distance. And the good thing about the pole vault is you always have, yourself to compete against. You can say that in other events too. You can always compete against the clock, but if you're running a 5,000 and it's hard to get it going all by yourself, or even a event on the track, an 800, right? If you're that much better than everybody else, it's tough. Pole vault, I think he's gotten used to the fact that he doesn't need to jump as high as he does to win, but he's holding himself to this higher standard. So I would be worried just because he can't really take a break and do a different event. If he did, that would be awesome. Like I'm all for just putting Mondo in the 100 if he wants to run the 100 a couple times, or the hurdles or something like that. But I do think he's wired in a way, and the pole is set up in a way where he could dominate for a really long time and not get bored. It's kind of
Yeah. I mean, I
fun
hope he doesn't get
too.
bored. I'm just,
Here's the
he's
thing about
done
the pole
everything.
vault, right? But here's the thing about the pole vault, and here's the thing about where Mondo is at. This is where I should have started my argument. It's got to be a cool position to be in to know that every time you PR, you get a world record. And it's also a cool position to be in because of the way they analyze the data to know that you can exceed what your PR is. Because we've all seen the video. We all saw by how much he cleared it. So he knows for a fact that he can go higher. You can't really do that in many other events to know for sure, okay, I can go and exceed my mark. And he also knows that literally every time he does it, it's a huge deal. They bring out the novelty checks, people go crazy. It's a headline. Like, that's pretty exciting. There's not many people in that position competing right now to where, they have the ability every single time out to do that.
I will say one fun thing he could do. He could be the first man ever to make his opening height 6 meters.
Right. He can do
That'll be
fun
cool.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm gonna come in at 6 meters.
Yeah. But it's a situation where, and there'll be a point certainly when he slows down, but right now it just every time he competes, you're thinking, all right, there's a good chance that this gets broken. You don't really think that way, or in the history of track and field, there's really not that many athletes that you think about, okay, for sure it's going down, or there's a huge chance of it going down. Sydney, yeah. But then even Sydney, when she ran in Hungary this year, you're thinking, all right, I don't think she's going to run faster than 50.6, right? Like that has to slow down. Whereas Mondo could enter any sort of big meet, small meet, doesn't matter. He could show up to your all comers meet this summer. And if the standard goes up as high as he needs it, like he could break that record because it doesn't feel it's not competition dependent at this point by any stretch.
Yeah.